All right, everybody, we're getting ready to leave to go take my son to go see what car we're gonna go possibly get for him. So we got to drive an hour and a half to the north side of Atlanta to go look at this car. So we're waiting on my daughter to get her phone. Once she gets her phone, we'll get on the road and I'll pick back up when we're actually at the car. The joys of Atlanta traffic, bumper to bumper. Freaking, we're going, but this traffic is ridiculous. It always is. All right, guys, we bought the car. We're on our way back. I'm not going to show you what it is because I don't have the car with me. But I should have the car back at the house either tonight or tomorrow. So when I get the car back to the house, I'll pick back up and show you what we got. All right, guys, so I'm not sure if you can tell what kind of car I'm bought for the new vehicle that I'm getting on the channel. But I just got it delivered earlier, maybe about an hour ago, and been out here just looking it over. I didn't really look it over real good when I was buying it, but I mean, I knew what I was getting. I got a really good deal on this car. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you what I got for my son. So this is it. I got another Audi. It's a 2002 5-speed Quattro. It's got the 1.8 liter. It's got some aftermarket headlights in it, which I don't particularly care for. It's got some aftermarket wheels that I don't particularly care for. It's got these stickers that are getting ready to get removed. More stickers. The window back here does not work. I don't know if it's the regulator or if it's the actual entire assembly. Had a stereo system in it apparently. And this car had a mechanic's lien on it. That's how I got it. The mechanic sold it to me. But it's got a little bit of issues, but I'll get it all cleaned up. But this is a good car for my son. Less horsepower than the twin turbo V6, and still basically the exact same car that he learned how to drive on. Just a 5-speed instead of a 6-speed. So the one thing he'll have to get used to is reverse being in a different spot. But it runs. The battery is dead right now. And I think I know why the battery is dead, but I'm not, I mean, this is, the stereo equipment that's in this thing is, the way the battery wire was run is ridiculous. So it comes out of here. They just jabbed a freaking hole in the firewall. Got it zip tied to just random wires here, and then it just runs straight down. They got it zip tied to, it looks like another brake line or something. And then it's just kind of flopping up underneath the car. I mean, this is, you ever want to short your car out, it's a good way to freaking do it. So it comes down here. It's not even run underneath anything. It's just running down here, hanging down. It's the lowest point on the freaking car. Zip tied to the bottom of this panel, and then they just broke the panel and got it shoved up inside of here until you get back here. And then when you get back here, it's just freaking, it's not tied to anything. The emergency brake cable is holding it up, and the emergency brake in this car doesn't work apparently. So that's why I have a muffler blocking it. But then they just punched a hole in the bottom of the damn car in the trunk and put it in the trunk. And now I was looking at the rest of the trunk and I shut the damn trunk, my bad. So let me open this trunk up. Because I knew it had a stereo system in it, just because I was trying to find where this came through. And like I said, they just punched a hole in the freaking floor. But I get to looking for the factory sub. They cut the whole freaking top of the damn package tray out. So now I got to go find a package tray and weld it back in here so I can put the factory subwoofer back in here. I didn't know that shit was missing. Who would ever thought that that would have been cut out of the damn car? But anyway, it's got the taillights that I wanted for my car anyway. So I'm going to take those and put them on my car. I'm going to put the factory taillights on my son's car. And it's got a really shitty straight pipe exhaust system done on it that is getting removed almost immediately because it sounds like absolute dog crap. They didn't even do any kind of mandrel bent tubing. They didn't even increase the size. It's actually even smaller diameter than what the original pipe was. So it's restricting the crap out of the exhaust, I'm sure of it. But it's 2 pipes, so it may not be restricting it bad, but it sounds like crap. I mean, I like a good sounding exhaust, and this thing sounds like dog crap. I wouldn't drive this down the street if you paid me. So I'm working on removing that main battery wire, and then all these RCA cables and all this other crap that they had in here for the stereo. I've got another RNSE head unit, because I always keep a spare. So I'm actually going to switch this out to a factory head unit with the navigation and everything. I'm going to have to find a new cup holder and a new business card holder, because that drives me absolutely crazy. My car, both of them are perfect. So yeah, it's a good little car though. Good car for a first one for a 16-year-old. So we're going to have to do a little bit of cleaning up. The clutch is bad in it. Other than that, it runs. It does have an exhaust leak. I haven't really given it a real thorough once over. I just know that it runs, and it sounds good when it runs other than the exhaust leak. And the clutch is bad. And I know that because I bought it from the guy that had the mechanics lien on it. He put a clutch in it. He put a new flywheel, new dual mass flywheel, new clutch plate, and new pressure plate and throwout bearing, and told the kid that owned it, not kid, but younger guy that owned it, that he had to take it easy for 500 miles. And he said the first thing the guy did was burned out when he was leaving out of the shop. So he knew it wasn't going to last long. But he fried the freaking, or he bent the forks on that are on the end of the pressure plate, apparently. I haven't looked at it. I'm going to see if what they told me is true. And we'll go from there. But I'm probably going to wind up pulling the entire engine out just to give it a thorough once over. I know I'm going to replace the timing belt regardless of any other thing going on. They did tell me that this engine got replaced with a salvage yard motor about 40,000 miles ago. So I definitely want to go through it and just check everything over, because I don't know if they even did anything when it got swapped with the salvage yard motor. So, but it is an AMB, and that's what's supposed to be in a 2002, because I had a 2002. My bright blue one was a 2002, and now this one looks black in the camera, but you might be able to tell the difference between the two cars. This one's a dark blue, like really dark blue, and that one's black. You might be able to tell a difference here, but the camera's picking it up as black as far as what I'm looking at. There, it might look a little blue right there, whereas that one looks black, but it's got the reflection of the other car. But anyway, and it does have some imperfections in the paint, but I'm not looking for perfect. I only gave $1,000 for this car, and it runs and just needs the clutch replaced. I'm probably going to have to put a high flow cat on here, because I don't think it's got a test pipe on it, and I live in an emissions county, so I have to put a catalytic converter on here. So I'll have to do that. So once I put the catalytic converter on there and then fix the exhaust, I'd really like to find an APR Stealth exhaust, but I know the chances of finding that are slim to none. I had one of the last ones when I had it on my 2002. I'd really like to get another one though, if anybody knows where I can find one. But yeah. So I'll probably find an aftermarket exhaust for this thing. I don't know that I'll build one myself. I might, but I doubt it. I'll probably buy one off the shelf and put it on here. And I'll just give this thing a thorough once over. Replace all the gaskets like I'm doing to the Impala right now, but it'll take me no time to do this. I know these B6s like the back of my hand. So I'll pull the motor, replace the clutch if I need to, replace whatever part I need to replace in the clutch. I may not replace the whole system. I may just replace whatever's damaged, whether it be the clutch disc or the pressure plate or whatever. I'll tear it apart and see what's wrong with it. I'll replace what's necessary, and then I'll just basically re-gasket this engine. I'll replace the head gasket, valve cover gasket, turbo seals for the oil lines, timing belt, water pump, just usual maintenance, just to make sure that it will last 100,000 miles, so that when I give it to my son, I know there's no issues with it. It'll probably take me about 3-4 days to do all that work on this car, just because I know so much about these cars. I don't even have to think about what I'm doing on these. So I'll probably videotape a good bit of it, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with this car. Now, I have no desire for the headlights that are in this car. Especially mine's got the B7 front end. Still need to get a hood that's not damaged for the front end on this car. But the one that I just picked up, there's no body damage on it. Just some paint issues, which are minor. And then some interior issues, which are minor. The only thing that's major in my eyes is putting the original subwoofer back in there. I got to re-weld the shelf back into the freaking back of the car. I did not anticipate having to do that, but I couldn't open the trunk when I went and looked at it. So I just now had the ability to open the trunk, and yeah, the trunk is kind of messed up. But all in all, it's a good car. I got a good price on it. Like I said, I only paid $1,000 for it. I think that's a really good price for the condition of the car, and for the fact that it still runs, and the transmission still feels smooth. I did shift it through all the gears to make sure that it didn't feel like any shifter fork problems or anything like that. I still can't verify that there's nothing wrong with the transmission until I get the clutch fixed, but I mean, I'm willing to take my chances on it. I know these cars really, really well, and I can fix anything that's wrong with them. So, I am going to wind up replacing all the brakes. I'm not going to do a big brake kit on that car because it's my son's. I'm just going to freaking factory everything. If he wants different wheels, we will put factory wheels back on it, or something that's from Volkswagen or Audi to put on it. OEM wheel, I guess, is the best way to word it. But we're going to pull all the stickers off of this thing. Don't want any stickers on it. And then I'm going to take it and get the windows tinted because I don't want him riding around in a fishbowl. Other than that, I'm not really doing anything special to this car. I'm taking the taillights and putting them on my car because I was going to buy a set of those anyway. And now it saves me from having to buy a set. I'll just give my son the stock ones, and I'll put the LED ones on my car. And he can't complain because I just bought him a freaking car. So in all reality, if you consider the fact that those taillights are between $250 and $275 brand new, I think, I could be wrong. I haven't looked at them in a while. I think they're $250 to $275 brand new. So essentially, I only paid $750 for the freaking car if I was going to buy those taillights anyway. So, but that's my reasoning. That's my male math, I guess is the best way to put it, or boy math, whatever the fuck people want to call it. But anyway, that's the brief rundown on the car. There will be a couple videos on it, but I don't think anything serious because I've already covered a lot on the B6 platform. Unless there's something specific that anybody out there in the B6 community needs to know about these cars. Then you can ask me for a specific video and I'll do my best to accommodate you. But yeah, that's it. So like always, if you like what you saw in my videos, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let your friends see what I'm doing. And I'll catch you in the next video. I should have a video for the Veloster in probably Sunday night, Monday morning. I'm trying to get the dash completely finished. I don't know if I'll get it completely finished, but I'm trying to get it in final primer. And then I also am going to be working on the Impala, and I should have something on the Lexus. So pretty busy time right now, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the journey. I'll see you in the next one.